Hello, Namaskara, what's up, people? Did you guys miss me? It's been a long time since I sat down and made a video. First reason, my phone was totally gone, okay? Like the camera was gone, the software was not like functioning properly. Finally, I got a new phone with a good camera, so that's the reason I'm filming again. Second of all, my exams are starting, so I didn't want to film until my exams are over. But then I thought I'd make a quick short video, and like no editing, no makeup, nothing, like a simple short sit down video, one take video. So today's video is about what's in my college backpack. So let's just start off without wasting time. This is a clip I always have here because I like to switch between clip and rubber band. I don't know why you needed that piece of information, but that's why I have the clip there. So this is a Wildcraft neon and black bag. It has 3 zips, okay? So there's this one here, cross one. Let me just show you. So there's this one zip here, one here and one here. There's 3 zips in total. So the first big zip has a laptop compartment. In the laptop compartment, I have my bag of tissues. Girl always needs a tissue. And 2 or 3 sanitary pads always, no matter what time of the month or year, 2 sanitary pads. And boys who are disgusted with the sight of sanitary pads, please remember that you came on this earth because your mom had her periods, and one day you'll have your child because your wife is having her period. So please be mature. This is our hospital OPD book. This, in case you get a consultation at our hospital, you need to have this book where they write down your progress and consultation and all that. So once I got consulted for some back pain, so I have this. I always have this with me in case next time I have to go to the hospital for something. They'll continue my treatment in writing the treatment in this book. And then there's of course my white coat. Then I have just one notebook. I always try and carry only one notebook because A, it reduces the load I carry and good for the back, okay. And second point is that I'm not the kind of person who likes to write down a lot. Like I don't write down A to Z. Of course I note down some important points that I feel like I'll forget, but in a class I'm the kind of person who likes to sit back and just focus and listen. I know there are some people who like to write down because otherwise they get distracted, but I'm the kind of person who, if I start writing, will get distracted about my handwriting, about the alignment of letters, about how big or small I'm writing. Like my focus goes on the book and I stop listening to the teacher. So I'm not a notes kind of person, so one book is enough to write down everything. And then depending on what classes I have on that day, I carry the textbooks if necessary. So this is a medical parasitology book, and this is clinical surgery for our surgery postings. Then of course I have my water bottle. I don't go anywhere. I try to not go anywhere without my water bottle. I always try to stay hydrated. Next is my pouch. It's just the usual pens and markers and pencils and erasers. Nothing special here. It's too fancy, I know, but I got this at a wedding. I just use it as my pouch because it's big enough to carry all the shit I want. This is my clinical kit. So I'll just tell you what a clinical kit is. Clinical kit basically has things like thermometer, okay, thermometer, and your tuning forks, knee hammer, okay, measuring tape, okay, and tongue retractors, and and the torch light. The batteries are out. I need to replace the batteries, but this is the pen torch to look into your eyes and mouth. Tuning fork. Yeah, all the things you need to examine a patient. And then there is my dupatta. So our college has this weird rule. Sometimes they'll be like, wear your dupatta. Like, I don't know, dupatta for emergency reason. Finally, my stethoscope. So the hype about stethoscope when you join medical school, like to have your first stethoscope, it's a real, like, I don't know, there's a big hype about it. But once you start second year, you realize that stethoscope is the last thing you use. First, you have to learn how to take history. Then history is you ask the patient the history of his illness. Then you have to learn to do inspection, that you have to observe and note down the findings. Then you have to do something called palpation, where you touch and feel if there's any swelling, if there's any pain, all those touching and feeling. Then there's something called percussion, where we tap and try to listen to the kind of sound. And then comes auscultation, that is the use of stethoscope. So the use of stethoscope is very limited, but we feel like stethoscope is everything. Yeah. So that's the end of the first compartment. Now coming to the second compartment of my bag, there's my wallet. Okay, my wallet has my Metro card, my ATM card, and my license and my Aadhaar card, and some photos of my family, and money, of course. I try to not carry a lot of money because then I end up buying junk with it. So yeah, very minimal amount of money. And then my specs box. I only use my specs to see the board or the computer, not like I don't need it all the time. Earphones to listen to music while I'm traveling. Then there's this small compartment in which I keep my sanitizer. Sanitizer is really, really important to use before we touch a patient, after we touch a patient, before we eat. Like, we use this a lot. This gets over in like 1 or 2 weeks for us. And then lipstick and lip balm for the days I feel like I'm looking sick and tired and sleepless. This adds a little bit of color. I don't normally use it, but I just have it just in case I want to feel glamorous. Then a pen drive. I always try to have a pen drive because there are random times when teachers will be like, there's this PDF, it's really important, copy it. It has some important questions and like important stuff. So pen drive always handy. And a lock. So this lock is necessary because sometimes we leave our bags behind and go roam the hospital, take the case and all that. So if there's a phone and money, I don't like to leave it around. So I just lock my bag. Last but not the least, safety pin. This is important. Let me tell you a small embarrassing story. So one day in the bus, there was a sharp something and I sat on it and I woke and like got up. It tore my kurti. It was really embarrassing. Like no skin was shown, but the tear was pretty big. Like it was very big and I didn't have anything. Some kind lady in the bus gave me a safety pin and somehow managed. That made me realize I should always have a safety pin. Yeah, that's the end of second compartment. Coming to the last compartment, there's my bus pass and ID card. There's my face wash. This is the Pond's White Beauty face wash. I have a very oily, sweaty skin, so I try to wash my face once in between college hours. So face wash. Then moisturizer. I don't know why I have this in my bag. It's there since so many years. I rarely use it. The skin gets dry and powdery white stuff, then I just use it. Otherwise, no. Watch is really important. I'm not a watch person. I don't wear a lot of watches, but when we check the pulse of a patient, we need to have a watch to see the time, 1 minute. So watch is necessary. My house keys, and that's it. That's an empty bag. So let me know what you guys carried to college, and that's the end of the video. Bye bye.